the first product we're going to talk about is Resolution. So this product is really a game changer, guys, in terms of weight loss and helping people to basically keep their resolutions and stay on track. It's got 10 key ingredients, and we're going to go through most of those and talk about how they work, what's in them, and what will help people to be so successful with their weight loss. The biggest thing about the Resolution is that it basically is helping you to stay on track. You don't want to eat flour with it. You don't want to eat you don't want to eat flour. You don't want to eat fried foods or sugars. And it's going to help you keep that resolution and keep that promise to yourself. You're actually going to feel a little bit nauseated and not so good when you basically ingest those foods. And so it's going to teach you to stay on track with your diet. And really, once you're away from those foods for a period of 3 to 5 days, your body doesn't crave them anymore. You actually start to detox and you feel much better. But what this is going to do is to help you stay on track and help you lose weight. And for people who have lost the weight, it's also going to help them to maintain their weight loss and not go crazy and binge eat and go back to the way that they were before they lost the weight. So let's talk about what's paired with Resolution. Resolution is paired with a 1,200 calorie diet that, like we talked about, wants to avoid flour, sugar, so you're not going to be eating a lot of processed foods. You're basically going to be eating lean meats, proteins, whether it's fish, legumes, vegetables. There are some eggs and a few dairy products on the plan, but if you log into your back office, you can actually download the plan that TLC develops to go with the Resolution diet, and that is a 1,200 calorie diet plan. The great thing about Resolution is that you can exercise with it. Next thing about the Resolution is that it's got all of these homeopathic ingredients. So what is homeopathy? Homeopathy is basically a practice of medicine that dates back to the 1800s, where they took a particular compound and then they diluted it and distilled it down and diluted it so much so that there was just an imprint of the compound left. And then they used that dilution to actually treat patients and treat disease. And that's really the basis of homeopathy. So a lot of these herbs and ingredients are homeopathic compounds that are in the Resolution. So let's start with the first ingredient in Resolution. It's ammonium bromatum. And that basically is a homeopathic remedy that is often used for chronic obesity. And what it does is it basically helps to cut down the cravings so that you can stick to your plan. The next ingredient is Avena sativa, and this is basically derived from an oat plant. And it's been used since the Middle Ages to treat nervous system disorders. But what's so great about it is it helps to calm the anxiety, because how many times have you tried to change something or break away from unhealthy eating habits, and you actually just start to feel anxious, or you start to feel unnerved, like you really need to have that particular, whether it's chocolate or whatever it is you're eating, and it's not your imagination. What happens when you eat some of those carbohydrates, some of those other foods, is that they actually release endorphins, and those are the chemicals in your brain that make you feel good. They release dopamine and serotonin, and you feel good, but it's short-lived. You feel good for a little while, and then those chemicals go away and you crash. And what do? You crave it because you want to feel good again. And then you're on this cycle, this up and down cycle, especially with carbohydrates. And the other thing that's happening is that you're eating those items and those carbohydrates, and you're spiking your blood sugar. And when you do that, you also spike your insulin levels to bring the blood sugar down. And what happens with that is when your body has lots of insulin around, it's sending your body the wrong message. It's telling your body to take that sugar or that energy, those carbohydrates that you ate, and store them as fat. And that's the last thing we want to do. We don't want our body to store it as fat. We want to burn it as energy. So that's why it's so important to kind of be able to break away from that and break away from those cycles and let them go. It's really not in your head. It's truly a chemical dependency, and that's why this Resolution is going to help you break that dependency. One of the next ingredients is Calcarea carbonica, and that basically comes from oyster shells. It's a natural ingredient, but it helps to control the appetite, cravings, and also to calm the nerves. So you're seeing kind of a repeated therapy with some of these homeopathic ingredients, that a lot of them are coming together synergistically to help you feel calm, help you feel relaxed, and help you stay on track. Next ingredient is Fucus vesiculosus. It's basically another homeopathic remedy. What it helps to do is it aids digestion. The more we break down and digest our foods, the better we feel, and again, the less we tend to gain weight with it. It also contains high concentration of iodine, and iodine helps the building blocks of the thyroid for thyroid hormone, and as we all know, the thyroid helps to, again, govern your metabolism. Next ingredient is graphites. Graphites are basically derivatives of carbon compounds, but where they're so important is that they basically help people, again, who are struggling with cravings, especially women and older women who have found it hard to lose the weight. So that's where graphites are going to be so important, and where resolution is going to be a great product for somebody. You know, if you know someone who's gone through menopause and who's getting a little bit older and their metabolism is slowing down and they just haven't really been able to lose the weight, I would recommend resolution for that person. Next ingredient, Anacia amara. This is also known simply as Anacia, and it's a homeopathic remedy that's from a tree in the Philippines. And again, it's used to help to calm emotional distress, help to calm your nerves, and also helps to cut your cravings, especially for sugary drinks, sugary foods. Then we've got Lycopodium clavatum. And this is another homeopathic remedy that is extracted from club moss, which is, you know, just the club moss that you see growing around, but it helps to speed up your metabolism. So you're seeing a theme here, you know, calm anxiety, burn fat, speed up metabolism, cut your cravings. Next ingredient is Nux vomica, and this is basically from a tree that's found in Australia, and it basically helps people to prevent binging episodes where, you know, you have those up and downs with where you're eating. You can do okay for a couple of days and all of a sudden you just eat whatever you want. So this helps to, you know, prevent those types of episodes. Coming down to our last two ingredients, we've got sulfuricum acidium, which again, this is for people who tend to rush through their meals. They tend to eat without even thinking, and next thing you know, you've inhaled that whole bag of potato chips, and that's like 2,000 calories, and you don't even know where they came from. This helps to kind of counteract that and prevent you from having that sort of overeating and that physical dependence to food. The last ingredient is thyroididium, and that's basically a natural type of thyroid support. And like we talked about before, thyroid helps to support the metabolism. So we've gone through all the ingredients of the resolution. The biggest thing is that you just want to know that there's 10 key ingredients. They're homeopathic, they're all natural ingredients, and what they do is to help you burn fat, help to increase your metabolism, help to cut sugar cravings, stop the anxiety, stop the overeating and the binging, and it's going to help people be successful with their weight loss programs.